Alrighty, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to an episode in live stream here on Let's Build Twitter. As always, I'm Ethan or Unknown Coder. Last time around we went ahead and got our reposts kind of working, or not reposts, our replies working, as well as images and everything. And there are a couple bugs I'm going to go ahead and look at. I have them written down. So the first one is the text area kind of breaks. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Then also the remove image icon is still there even though it shouldn't be whenever it's actually attached to the post. Then after that, we need to also get our repost working. That way it says like reposted by XYZ. I'm pretty sure it says the user's name, or it might actually say display name. I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look at that. Unfortunately, I don't really have many retweets on Twitter, so I'll have to go back and look, maybe find some. And then finally, I think what I want to do to wrap up is try to get it so that we have a whole bunch of tweets from people we follow. So I'm probably going to go ahead and refactor the SQL thing that we have, the SQL script that actually brings in that information. That way we can basically have 100 or 200 or 300 posts specifically from people that we follow. So Rick, Morty, those, whatever they're called, those IDs. And then I guess we'll make our person last. That way it doesn't have our ID on it. But we'll go back on the macro and do that. So without further ado, as always, if you guys do want access to the private repository, there's a link in the description down below that gets access to that. So let's go ahead and take a look at the bugs. So the first bug has to do with this. So whenever we type on this, like, so let's see if we can reproduce the bug with the text area. If and we do this, you see that it gets off. So there's some, like, I think something to do with break. So let's actually hop into our front end. I figured out how to fix this one. It's a pretty simple fix. So let's go into our front end code. So this is going to be here. So I think all we have to do is actually just remove that break all and save and come back in here. And now it is working. Everything is back the way it should be. So that one was an easy fix. Now the other thing that's broken is, say, let's make a post with an image, and then go ahead and do this. Let's just grab this thumbnail. Sure. So right now we're able to delete that image. So if we bring the image back, ooh, apparently there's a bug with this. Interesting. We might need to look into that. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but let's go ahead and grab this image. We can post it, that's fine. Making a post with an image, and we can go ahead and post it. If we refresh, you see how this button is here. So we only want that button if it's actually in the creator. So we need to figure out how we're going to deal with that. So maybe let's hop into our front end code and try to get this working. So we come into our front end code. So it's going to be on the post object itself. And if we scroll down here, we're going to have a, where is it at? So feed post image container. And if we scroll up to post image container, we are passing it create post image container. So what we could probably do is, if it's in here, let's go into the create post container. So this is inside feed utils, create, do this. Let's see, create our post image container, and it creates a feed post creator image. Know how to do Google OAuth with React Native. I don't know React Native, unfortunately. I haven't done too much Google OAuth. I did a little bit for the Gmail stuff, but I'm not that familiar with it. So inside of our feed post creator image, let's actually take a look at what this looks like. So feed post creator, this image is, I don't know why Git didn't update this, but okay. But feed post creator image. And I'm guessing maybe what we want to do, yes, we have a close icon here with an on click. So I'm thinking maybe we wrap this and pass in a prop to see whether or not to display the close. So maybe we say display close icon, which is a boolean, and then we can go ahead and pass it in here as well. So display close icon, And what we can do is just say, hey, if we want to display the close icon, so I guess we'll just wrap this in this, I suppose. I don't think this is going to hurt anything. And then we'll say display close icon. And so now there's going to be two issues. So it's going to be inside the feed post. And I guess in here as well. So here, this is inside of the feed post creator images. So this one, we want this to be true. So display close icon is equal to true. And then this one, so inside of the one for our image container, this one, we want all these to be true. So display close icon equal to true. And then here, display close icon equal to true. And then finally here, display close icon equal to true. Just like that. And then inside of our post image container, we want all these to be false. So display close icon equal to false. This was less work than I thought it'd be, so that's nice. Display close icon, whoops, equal to false. And I think there's one more. Display close icon, whoops, equal to false. Any other issues? Let's see, nope, that's everything. So we hop back into our front end. Now you can see there's no X, but if we go ahead and say making another post with an image, or actually let's make a post making a post with a GIF. And let's just go ahead and add a GIF. Okay, it's just slow, I guess. So let's do a shrug, I guess. And I don't know why it's being so slow. I think my computer might just be being slow or something. But post it, refresh. I didn't even look at the top right to make sure there is a thing, but that's good. Cool. So that is good to go. So those were the two things that were big issues. Now let's go into our post, I believe. So this is our feed post and everything like that. So now what I want to do is I want to check to see if it's a repost. If that's the case, then I want to display the thing. So I'm going to first get on Material UI and see if there's a repost. Actually, I already have a repost icon, right? Because I brought it in. So let me scroll through Twitter for a second here and see if I can't find a repost. Yeah, so it looks like it goes to the person's... Ooh, there's a hover effect. That's kind of ucky. So I'll do that later, I guess. So I guess, let's see. Yeah, so we'll do this. So, excuse me. Above the post left, I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I might have to do something. I might have to do something really jank like this. So I might have to copy this and put this like here. Why is it mad? Not find name div. Okay, I guess. I don't love this. I might have to do something like this. P tag class name equal to post dash repost info maybe. And do this. And the thing that sucks is this is basically only going to be shown if it's a repost. So if we do something like this and say like feed post dot repost. So if it's a repost, we do this, and then we're gonna go ahead and we need the icon, which, so I think this should be an SVG, and I'm guessing that it's called like repost icon. We only have the outline though. Although I don't think, yeah, I don't think there's a difference between outline and not outline, so I think we can just bring that in. So let's go ahead and import this guy. So this is kind of a mess right now, but wait, we already have it though. Repost outline SVG because we have it below. So let's copy it. And what we'll do is, I guess, yeah, this is just a tag, right? So we can do this. So let's do this. And let's clean this up a little bit. And then here we'll have the repost outline SVG. So this needs like height. Let's just do like 15 px. Whoops, 15 px, which is a string. We need width, which is 15 px. Then we need color, which is the like light gray color or dark gray color. Maybe I don't have height and width on it. String is not assignable number. Okay, so we just do 15 then. Fair enough. 15, and then color. We'll go to our app.tsx and grab. I'm guessing this is just gray. Honestly, if it's not the right color, we can change it. But color would be that. And then here, clean that up. And then we will have the username. So we'll say feed post.repost user. And I think this, it's not username, it's nickname. And then we'll say reposted. So that's what that says. Now the thing is, we don't have any reposts right now. So what I'll have to do is I'll have to go into the database and I'll actually have to make a repost. Otherwise, we're never going to see this and see if it works. So this is kind of an annoying way to do this. But I'm going to go into here. That way, whenever we do refresh, it's fine. And go into our data.sql. And I'm going to insert into, probably just into our table for whatever it's called. So let's see. So insert into, and I think it's called like post repost junction. And let's just check DB to make sure that's what it's called. So it's called post repost junction, and post repost junction as the post ID and the user ID. So I'm going to grab a values. I'm going to grab a random post from someone that we don't follow. So let's see. Author 91. Sure. So we'll do. Ooh, actually, I don't know what that is. I guess let's look at dbVer to look at the post. So we go into post. So we want one by user we definitely don't follow. We were doing one with like by 27. So this one. So we can say post 14 again. So we'll say post 14, and then we'll do like 4, I believe is summer, and make sure we did that right. Post repost junction, post ID, user ID, yeah. And I believe summer is user 4, which we can also check in here in the users. So yep, summer is 4, we're following 4. So if we save this, add the semicolon, save it, and refresh, this should, well, I spelled repost wrong, so it's going to complain that res post doesn't exist. Yep, okay, save. And let's also set this back to create drop inside of our application properties. If we didn't, we did, okay. So let's go again. I spelled repost junction now, but now we'll post into repost junctions 4 and 14 and 4. So that means that Summer reposted this. Okay, it started. So now if we refresh our application, the post with images should be gone, but there should be a post that gets reposted by Summer. So it did. Although the issue, okay, so we're gonna have to do what I didn't want to do. We're gonna have to completely refactor the post. Shoot, okay. So we're gonna keep this. We're gonna copy this and we're gonna put post here. Now the issue with this is that post has a flex direction on it, or a flex on it. And this means that this isn't going to do what we want. So what we're going to do is we're going to have to create like a div with a class name equal to post dash body wrapper or something. Whoops. We're going to wrap this body in this. So let's go ahead and bring this down. Now the issue is getting it to the right spot. That's to post right. That's to post. Oh yeah, because div left is small, so that's fine. So we wanted to just wrap around post left and post right, so I think it's this one. Apparently we need to bring this one in. Our spacing is so scuffed. Do I want to go through and fix this? I'll just do this. I'm not worried about fixing it right now. So our body wrapper, we're going to take the flex and stuff off of the post itself. And that'll fix up a lot of stuff. So let's go to here, post body wrapper, and go to our post.css, wherever this might be. All the way over here. So now post. We're going to go ahead and we'll take width 100% and height fit content again. But we'll take all of this stuff off. So go to that. And then we'll also say padding 0. I really need a new keyboard and margin 0. So now it should stack properly, I hope. Yep, it did. Now obviously this is scuffed, so we need to fix this up, and this might be a little small. We might go 20 by 20. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and go into here. So this is a P, okay. Yeah, so let's go 20 by 20. And let's also, I'm going to check Twitter to see about how high this looks. So let me go ahead and inspect. I'm guessing it's just like 15 or 14 or something. So it's 13. So 20 might be a little bit big because the font size on this guy is actually going to be about 13 pixels. Let's go into our post.css. I'm just going to put this above the post left because that's kind of where it goes. So width will be 100%, I guess. Height will be fit content. And we will say this needs to have display flex on it. And we'll justify content flex start. And we'll align items in the center. I love when I accidentally do that. I lost where I was at. Post, repost info, okay. Font weight or font size will be 13 pixels. Color is going to be that gray. So let's go ahead and grab the gray from here. And then font weight looks like it's pretty thick. So we'll go 600 or something. So font weight 600. I'm trying to think of anything else we need. This does need a post repost info hover. And this will be cursor pointer. And this will be text decoration underline. What else do we need? Except the underline is only on the text itself. So that's fun. So I guess what we'll do is we will wrap this guy in a span. Last name equal to post repost user. And then this whole thing, yep, this whole thing is a span. And I didn't close this. I'm trying to think. So this might be a link. Let me click on it. Oops. It is a link. So how do we want to do this? We might have to throw a link in this as well. Link to equal to. And we had to do like the profile stuff. So I'll need to figure out how to do that as well. And then bring this in. We'll see how scuffed this looks. We can't put a class on the link. And it's going to be like slash profile or something. We can actually look if we go into our pages or something. It might be inside the app. I don't know where it's at. So it's slash username. So we can go we can do that. So we come in here. This would be to slash. Doesn't like that. We have to do like this. Backticks slash $, curly braces. And I don't know what's going on with this. Did this delete something? It did. Okay, thank you for that. And this will be feed post dot repost user dot username. And link has no corresponding closing tag. How did this get so scuffed? The span is like ending here. What is going on here? Oh my goodness. We fixed? Cool. So yeah, so now it'll link to this user's account. It does actually go to Summer's account, so that's good. Cool, so that works. Now this is kind of broken, so we want some padding on the left, and we need to do this, copy this. So now, we should be able to fix that. Let's see. So I guess I shouldn't have put the font size and everything on that. I'll try to put the font size and stuff on this and see if it fixes it. And text decoration would be none. I don't know what else we want here. But does that fix it? No. Let me look where the link's coming from, make sure the link's coming from the right thing. So link is coming from React.dom, that's correct. We might just say like a tag or something. We might just say like repost info a. So let's see if we can do that. Because I think that's all it is really. Dot repost info a. Can we get the font size and color to work here? Nope, that didn't do anything either. Let's inspect this. So what is going on with this guy? It's an A tag with an href of /ss summertime. So we have to, do we have to say post repost user A maybe? So let's say post repost user A. Let's try this. Okay, so that did it. That might be a little light, so yeah, let's go. I think let's go dark gray for this, and that's definitely too big. So let's grab this guy and go to our dark gray. So dark gray, copy this, and go into our post.css. I guess this will just go away, I suppose. I mean, on click, we could have navigated instead. That might make it a little bit prettier. What's that called? Use location or use navigate or something like that. I feel like it's probably better to use a link, but also I'd rather not have to use that nasty, ugly CSS. So let's just do this. Repost user. I think we need to do this. Paste this. 13, that's fine. We need to change the color. Oops, in here. On this guy. So wherever our repost, so change the color to this. It didn't copy. That's cool. Copy, paste, and change this back to like 15 by 15. Let's try 18 by 18, and we can tweak it a little bit more as we go. And I think instead of a link, because this kind of makes it messy, I'm gonna get rid of the link, and I'm gonna have an on click on the span. On click equal to. I don't know why my display port keeps disconnecting, but we need to bring in like use navigate, I think. So const navigate is equal to use navigate. And this should come from like React Router DOM. And then what we can do is, I'm just gonna kind of cheat a little bit. I don't feel like making a whole function for this. So we're gonna go ahead and say this. I'm gonna navigate to, I don't know if we need a slash or not, but I'm gonna try the slash. Feed post.repostUser.username. We actually need their full on username. So let's see what this looks like. We need to add some padding to that guy, but that's fine. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. And it seems like it's somewhat centered and everything. I think this guy might still be a little bit small. And this text looks pretty small, but I think the monitor sizes differences kind of mess with me. So we need some spacing in between those. So I think our repost info will have a row gap, or a column gap would be probably better. So here we'll have column gap of, let's try 12 pixels. It's pretty big. We need a padding on the left of, let's think, let's try 18 or 16 pixels. We're kind of see how it looks. And honestly, I don't know how the margin is gone. Oh, it's not gone. I'm just dumb. We also need padding and margin 0 on this. Padding 0, margin 0. It looks terrible. I thought I had set margin 0 way back whenever I started this project, but I guess it didn't get set properly. Okay. That didn't do anything. Did not save. Repost user. Padding margin 0. I guess I can add it on this as well. But it shouldn't need to go on this. It should just need to go on this guy. What's going on here? Okay, that looks better. So it looks like there's some padding on this or something. But it looks, I don't know what's going on with this, because margin 0, padding 0, left and right. The post doesn't have any padding on it. I don't know where this padding's coming from. Looks kind of weird. There's no padding on this. There's padding on post left, maybe? Yeah, there's padding top on post left, and we just want it on the right, I think. Left and right. So post left, we just have padding 16. Let's go 0px 0 16 and see what this does. There we go. Cool. So we still need to move it over a little bit, and I think I want a padding left and right on this as well. So we're padding top and bottom. So this kind of annoys me on Twitter. It doesn't actually center inside of the picture. That's kind of silly, but I'm going to try 24. I'm going to do some padding on the top and bottom as well. So let's say like on the top and bottom, we do like 4 pixels. And I'm going to try to bring this up to 24 pixels. That did nothing. It made it worse. Oh, it's because I did padding left. Padding for 24. So I kind of like that. Might bump this up to like 6 and this up to like 26. Maybe 28. Okay, I think we're gonna live with that. Now, this does seem pretty small, but I think it's literally just the size of the font. Does that mess with this alignment? I don't think it does. I think it just looks like it does because of the repost. But if we click on this, it goes to her account, which is what we want. Now on hover, it does have like a little pop-up modal. So I do want to go ahead and add like a to-do on here to actually do that. So like on, there's no hover, on mouse enter, maybe on mouse over. I'm gonna do this. I'm going to add a comment that says pop up a modal with the user's information on mouse over. Now the thing is, and then we're going to do some magic to get it to stay popped up, which I'm not looking forward to. But I think we got all of the stuff on the front end done. Now I guess we go to Mockaroo and start messing with some data. Because the reason why I want to do this is because I want to get the whatever it's called at the bottom of the feed page. So it's called like an observer or something. I want to get the observer created. That way, whenever we scroll all the way to the bottom of all of our posts, we can make another post to get the next like 100 or 50 or however many we want to get. I think we have it set up to 100. Because right now, if we don't have over 100 posts, it's going to sit there and call repeatedly and basically spam our server. So that being said, let's hop into IntelliJ. And this was more or less kind of just a test to make sure that following worked and all of that stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and delete, sadly, all of this. I'm going to delete these guys. And I'm actually going to create my account last. That way I know it's going to be like number 5, I think. And that's going to help so that I don't create any posts that I don't want. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, 5. And then we could also follow some people. So I could insert into user following junction, I think is what we called it. Let's see. I'm just going to check dbeaver. So user actually just called following. Do I have to set followers too? I do. Okay, so let's go ahead and set following. So user ID and the person following them. So user, so this is just insert into following. Values. So I'm just going to follow each one of these guys. So I'm going to go ahead and follow 1, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, and then 4, 5, and then insert into followers, I guess. I don't know that I really need to set this up, but we'll do the opposite 5, 1. Hopefully this does what I want. If it doesn't, then I'll just swap these. I guess it won't be that bad of an issue. 5, 2, and this is broken. Fix that. Okay. And 5, 3, and 5, 4. So the hope here is that we have I'm following Rick, Morty, Summer. Actually, I don't want to follow Bird Person. Sorry, Bird Person. Because I want to be able to repost some posts from Bird Person by like Rick, Morty, or Summer to make sure that's still working and everything. Okay. So now let's go back to Mockaroo. Last time we played with Mockaroo, it took a little bit of a time here. So let's just hop into Mockaroo real quick. I guess it won't be quick. Go in here, random data generator. I don't know what's going on my computer tonight. It might just need restarted, honestly. Okay, so we get rid of this. So we need posts, I believe. So let me pull up dbeaver on the side to see what our posts end up having, just to make our lives easier. So posts. So we need a post ID. So post _ ID. And then this can just be a number, I guess, or a sequence. I forget what this is. ID. What numbers do we have? A number, a row number, I think is probably fine. We have audience. And here, number, and I think 0, 0. Let's set that to 0 every time. We have content. whoops, content, and this will just be like a sentence or something. So there's sentences, character sequence, sentences. We'll do that, and we'll do no more than 2 because otherwise it might go over. We need a posted date, posted underscore date. This is a date, and yeah, we want the time, so date time. Is there a timestamp actually? Nope, so date time. And we'll do in between, let's see, let's do like the last year. So we'll go, ooh, I went too far. Yeah, okay, that was fine. 6 to 6, that's fine. And we're gonna put it into SQL date time. Okay, and then we need is reply. This one will all just be null. Is underscore reply. And can I just put null? Is that an option? No. Okay, what do we want to put here? So we basically want it to be blank. Okay, there, cool. Another field, so reply restriction. So reply restriction. Again, that's going to be blank. Actually, no, this is going to be a number. And it's going to be 0. So min 0, max 0. And then we have reply to. Reply underscore 2. This one is also going to be blank. Cool. And then scheduled is a boolean. Scheduled. And I wonder if I can do I'm going to look at a sequence. So number generates the sequence of numbers. Darn. Okay, so there's boolean. And I don't remember how we set this up before. I know that we used like an equation. And we basically said like, if this is equal to true, then we said like false or something. And I think we had to do like and afterwards or something. I don't remember exactly how we did this, but it was something similar to this, where we checked to see if this was equal to true. Otherwise, we returned like false. But I don't know if there was like a return. We'll see what happens here. Let's see if it all turns to false, or if it doesn't work, whatever. And then scheduled date will just be blank, because none of them are going to be scheduled. We need author ID. So this one is the one that we want between like 1 and 4, 1 and 5. So this will be a number. And we want 0 decimals. We want the min to be 1, max to be 5 or 4. I think dbeaver, let's look at, actually no, it wouldn't be dbeaver, it'd be, I just made a mess. It'd be here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, between 1 and 4. So 1 and 4. And then last one is poll ID. Poll underscore ID. This one, once again, will be blank. Okay. So let's go ahead and generate our preview data, make sure it works. So scheduled is false on, it looks like all of them. There's a bunch of empty stuff. Looks nice. And then audience is 0. And then if you roll over, a bunch of different random ones. So yeah. So I feel like 1,000 might be overkill. But I mean, that would really give us a lot of stuff to work with. So, do we want to do 1,000? Or do we want to... We want to SQL. The table name will be posts Do we want 1,000 is the question. Sure, we'll do 1,000. I'll go ahead and save this into... Let me move this over so I don't leak anything. It's gonna be interesting to see if this works the way that to see if it works the way that I think it might. So let me go into my footer backend, source, main, resources. Like, I wonder if it'll just call post.sql after the fact. So I'm curious. So if I go ahead and hop into IntelliJ, now we have our post.sql. This is an absolutely massive file, like 1,000 different posts. And hopefully I spelled everything right, because otherwise we're going to be having a fun time clearing all this stuff out. I guess we can just delete the file, right? So if we refresh, I wonder if we're going to get these posts in here. So let's refresh the application, and let's see if it runs both of these. Okay, it got mad. So user role junction, user ID 1 is not present in table users. Wait, why is that mad about that? I don't know why it's mad about user role 1. Okay, I don't know if it is the post. So let's just delete the post and try again, I guess. If we try again, does it work? Because I guess I didn't try last time to make sure this works. Okay. User role junction, foreign key constraint. User ID 1 is not present in table users. Oh, you know what? Okay, we did this in the wrong order. So we need to do the insert into, I guess we can undo deleting that, but I don't think we can. So that was smart, Ethan. So I guess we'll say 1 1 1 2 1 3. I don't think I even did any of these on this, but it is what it is. It's fine. 1 5. Let's make sure it runs now. I'm really smart. I was trying to add the user role junction table stuff before I actually created the user. Okay, now it's the issue. Role 2, and I did this in the wrong order. So this should be 2 1 3 1 4 1 5 1. We'll get it right one of these days. Try it again. Okay, started. Now let's go ahead and generate this data again. Although it might still be, yeah. Never mind, it got removed. So let's go ahead and generate data. We can save it in there. This time I'll just move it to my desktop instead of deleting it. So does this actually generate the post? Let's see. Started. Let me go ahead and refresh my dbeaver, and I can bring it over actually. And I'm going to close out of a lot of the stuff. We don't need all of it here. Do I want to save this script? I'm not that worried about it. We have it copy pasted. All right. So let's go into our posts. Do we have 1,000? No. Okay, so it has to go into here. That's kind of yucky, but it is what it is. So let's go into our post.sql, and let's go ahead and Control A, Control C, Control V, and then I need to go ahead and repost some random ones. We have no actual... See, this is the issue that I was thinking about. We don't really have any good reference of when a post was actually reposted, right? So like there could be a post like on my screen right now, I'm looking at it. There's a post from October 25th, 2023 was at the top of the list because it was most recently reposted, right? So like I almost feel like there needs to be like we need like a repost table itself, a repost entity that has the post, the user that reposted it, as well as the date it was reposted, and then that'll work out a lot better, I feel like. Now I guess it doesn't really matter, we know that the repost works, so I'm not going to worry about actually making a repost right now. Now the fun part is going to be if any of these have too many characters, and I'm going to go through and fix all the ones with too many characters, which I'm not looking forward to. Let's see what happens here. See if it actually works. Yeah, okay, that's what I was worried about. Let's see here. Thank you, monitor. Does it say what the issue is? Error creating data script initializer. Insert into posts. Is it too long? Yeah, too long. Okay. So let's go ahead and do all this. In the video, you guys won't see all these, but I'm gonna go through and start finding these and deleting the ones that are too long. And we might not have quite 1,000, but it is what it is. So let's get rid of this one. So this is going to be not very fun. I hope that was the right one. Yeah, value's 36. All right, let's run it again. All right, in the video, we'll be back whenever I get all these cleaned up. In the stream, we'll just keep grinding. So too long again. Statement 122. But which one is this? This one is 117. So okay, this one. And honestly, I might just comment them out. So what's the next one? This was a risk I knew I was going to take whenever I can't add like a max character length basically to the Makaru. So the next one is 137, which is 133. So this one. Hopefully it's not too bad and there's not too many of these in here. Okay. So this one is 344. So yeah, so this one jumped down quite a ways. 341. There we go. Let's comment this one out. Next one. Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky. Nope, we did not get lucky. 387, which is probably like, yeah, 385. So this one. I mean, we're almost a third of the way through these though, so it could be worse. Let's just grind through these. Try to get these wrapped up here. Oh, okay, there's only like 4. Great. So that means now inside of our dbeaver, if we go ahead and refresh our posts, now we can see we got a bunch of them. It's like, there's like, I think probably like 995 or something like that. We go onto our front end, we actually refresh. It's gonna be a bunch or none. Console, do we have an error? So I might have these backwards. If I scroll to the top, because these are all by 1, 4, Shoot, there's some in 0. Oh no. Okay, that's not good. So I think maybe these are backwards. So maybe it should be 5, 1. This one should be 5, 2. This one should be 5, 3. And this should be opposite. This should be 1, 5. 2, 5. And 2, 3. Or 2, 5. Or 3, 5. Oh my goodness. So I think those are backwards, and that's why we're not seeing those. But I messed up, and I put some of these so they have user ID 0. Oh wait, never mind. I don't think I did mess up. I think these are the audience or something. So if we refresh now, is it gonna work? Why are we not getting our feed? Console 500. Okay, what happened to our server? Syntax at or near from. Position 16. Cannot get result set with root cause. So we're back to this issue. At or near from. Does it say we're at in the code? Post service. Find feed posts. But this was literally working like 2 seconds ago. So why all of a sudden? Is it because of it says 16. Position 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Select all of this from post P, where p.author is in user, select user ID as following ID. From users interjoin following. So it seems like it doesn't like, and I love that I just deleted all of that and now I need it back. That's just poetry in motion. So it doesn't like this from post P. How's it going? Appreciate you stopping by. So it's gotta be this post. So that'd be line 16. Okay, let's copy this. Let's go back in here. Let's go ahead and make a new SQL editor script. Did I say open? Oh, I did. New script. Yeah, okay, this is gross. Let's clean this up. And let's see what this has to say inside of our dbeaver. Because this was working literally just fine not that long ago. Of course, ID is scuffed. We can just say ID is 5. And it shouldn't be an ID thing, I don't think. I mean, maybe it's an ID thing, but I don't think it should be. From post P. Interjoin. On. Okay. Delete this stuff. Clean this up as much as I can here, and let's see what's going on with this guy. Kind of a mess. Okay, thank you for that monitor. And my display port is going crazy for no reason. The worst part is I did all of this with all this whatever it's called, the new lines and stuff like that, so makes it worse. Probably gonna end up missing some and then breaking everything, so that's cool. Union this, but yeah, I don't know what the issue is on this. Select that, because everything seems fine on my end from what I'm looking at. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is. Do that. Do this. We almost got it cleaned up here. Where this. Now we gotta go through and fix up all of the IDs and stuff too, so that's fun. Missing one here. Whoops. And there's a new line character somewhere down here. Yep. And one up here. Comma needs to be there though. Okay. Clean up this last part and hopefully this gets us some information about what's going on. Looks like there's one more here. Okay. Now all the IDs will put 5. So ID 5. Let's see. It uses you. So ID 5. ID 5. And ID 5. And I was thinking about this earlier. I think there's probably an easier way we could have done this, honestly. Because, I mean, we already have... Because all we're using this for, I thought I was getting the whole user, but really I'm not. I'm just getting the IDs. So I don't really know why I did it that way. I think we got one more there. Oh, session start. We need a session start. Let's just grab the session start from... Shoot, I don't have a time. I don't think there's one inside here either. Let's grab, because we need a start time. I could grab one from post, but I don't think it's... I think we need to add like the T to it or something. So I think we have to do this, and I think we have to have a T here. I guess it doesn't matter. There's literally only one thing selected. Oh, I missed an ID somewhere. Where did I miss an ID? ID. Where author ID is equal to 5. Okay. Plus P. 5. Where's this ID at? Here we go. ID is equal to 5. Okay. Let's try it again. Error near select of 17. Any details? Nope. Cool. Did I lose a parenthesis somewhere? Also, wasn't this... Did I miss part? Because I feel like... Yeah, there's an order by that I don't see. Or actually, it goes like this or something. Because we need to select. Here, that's what it's supposed to be like. That works just fine. Also, I don't know why some of these are false and some of these are null. That could be causing issues, I guess. Already closed out of Makaru like the smart guy I am. So this worked just fine. If we refresh, we get a 500. Did something get broken? I wonder. But it was just working. But yeah, I just tested it. It's saying position 16 from. It worked literally just fine in here. I'm just gonna refresh and see what happens. I don't know what the issue is, I guess. It seems to be working fine. It's working fine inside dbeaver. We refresh our feed. It's broken. So maybe this wasn't backwards? Let's go back to our following. User ID 5. It's following 1. I think this is the right way to do this. User ID 5 is following 1. User ID 5 following 2. Following 3. Because otherwise, if whenever we ran this, we wouldn't get this massive list. I don't know if it has something to do with scheduled being broken. The scheduled is null on all of these. I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Also, yeah, these seem like they're in order correctly. Or are they? Yeah, they are. Okay. Surprisingly, there's none from like April. But yeah. We're going to go back to the drawing board. We just spent a bunch of time working on this to get that working like a couple episodes ago. And now it seems like it's not going to work. Oh, table followers doesn't exist. Table followers does not exist. It does exist. Okay. Although this might be from crate dropping stuff. Let's refresh this again. Maybe when I'm putting the data in, it's not working. alter table via this. Let's do this. Let's set up. Let's change. Let's change application.properties to create and refresh. See if it drops everything and creates it again. I think there's an issue going on in the creation time. Nope, still an issue. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna restart. Something's not getting configured right here. Because this was working fine before. That time there's no massive list of errors. But I don't know if that's fixing anything. No, it's still got a 500. So that... It's still saying that SQL error 0. We got the timestamp in just fine. But still saying there is... So if I literally take this back from here, and I copy it, which this literally just worked. Just worked. No problem. If I copy this, and I come back into our push repository, and I paste it in here. Right? And I save this. And I rerun. And it's hard-coded with author ID 5 what happens. Like, is session start not set up properly? Is integer ID not set up properly for this? I don't know. We refresh now. Yeah, what the heck? This literally just worked fine in dbeaver. I'm sure I'm not having a good time. Cannot extract. Here's my other thing. Right? So like, I had originally thought that this wasn't going to work because this need to have a list. A post instead. Whoops. Well, we change this to a list. Now it's going to break a bunch of stuff. Not popping up, so let's rerun it. It's weird to me that whenever we add more data, all of a sudden it just decides that it doesn't want to work anymore. What I'm kind of thinking too is I'm thinking maybe instead of using this page, I'm thinking that maybe we make our own like version of a page using a slice. Let's see here. Not resolve. We have to say .stream. .map. Okay. This should still need to be converted to list, right? Dot collectors dot. Okay, whatever. So I'm thinking about making like a slice method or something that you get all of the data from a certain time and then you just slice it, and that might make this a little bit easier as well. And I'm also thinking about making a repost object, but not today, obviously, at another time. So what if we make this a list? I'm just trying to debug at this point because I don't know why it was working before but not working now. Huh. Okay, so it was the list thing. And yeah, so now what we want when we get to the bottom of that, we want to reload. And look, this part's working. Let's go. I've been waiting to see if this would work or not. So basically what I think we need to do is inside of our post repository, I think this needs a count or something like that. Count query or something like that. So let's see. Count query, I think is what we need. And we need to... How do we want to do this? So I think this has to be... Let's see if we can do this. Select count plus feed query. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Do this. Actually, we want to select count star. Then we want to do select count star from. And then we're going to have to like do this plus feed query plus this. Will this work? Who knows? Let's set this back to a page. Fix all the problems. Set this back to a page. Okay. Set this back to a page. Or we can just undo all this. But yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe we shouldn't have done all that work with this native query, and we should have just got all the data back and like figured out how to slice it. Which I'm thinking that we might end up doing. And like, heck, we could just pass the whole data back to the front end and make it into slices that way, but it'll be way faster than Twitter. I mean, I don't want to say it'd be way faster because we might be sending way too many posts at once. But whenever we try to load more posts, it should be faster. Okay, yeah, so we needed that count query. Either that or it's just being temperamental. But yeah, so this is just getting the first 100, page 0, 100. So if we come back into our front end, I want to get it so we can make a request to get even more posts, so get like the next 200, and we need to add them into the feed, so that'll also be interesting. So I'm guessing we did this in the feed. We have way too much stuff open. Let's go ahead and close some stuff really quick that we don't necessarily need right now. We'll need post slice. Okay, so let's go to our feed itself. So basically, we should have like a use effect here. We have these, we do that. So what I want to do is I need to set up a dispatch. So this just dispatches load feed page. And has the current number, the time of the session, and stuff like that. And this just makes a new date. Okay. So what we can do is we can dispatch. Okay, that's pretty simple then. What we can go ahead and do is we can go ahead and say const fetch next posts equal to this. And what we'll go ahead and do is we will dispatch. It will dispatch load feed page. Ooh. I don't love that. We could probably figure out a way to do this though. Load feed page. We might have to modify this load feed page. So token will be user state dot token. User ID will be user state dot logged in. User ID. Page will be current page number +1. And we'll just have session start. And this is mad at us because we need to check to see if it's logged in. So I just say if user state dot logged in and user state, fix this, state dot token. So if there's a token and they're logged in, we'll dispatch this. Okay, and then at the end of this, we do want to go ahead and say set current page number to current page number plus 1. So we will go ahead and update that current page number. That way, whenever we go to get the next page, it's still there. Now we need to basically watch for this to happen. Also, we want to say like if we want to make sure that there's feed post, because there's going to be a point in time where it's visible because there hasn't been feed post yet. So we also want to say like if is there feed state. We want to make sure if feed state.post.length is greater than 1. So we want to make sure that we have posts loaded in to the page before we actually try to fetch new post. So I believe inside of our feed post, it's got to be inside of somewhere inside a GIF modal display, maybe. We have to have some sort of, yeah, so we have this entries next, and then it dispatches is if entry is intersecting. And we have this hidden div. So I'm going to go ahead and more or less yoink this. And let's see here. Sure, so I'm going to go ahead and grab this hidden div here. Let's copy this. And we can call it auto load, that's fine as well. So come in here, and at the very bottom of this page, it's going to be below. How do we want to do this? Yeah, I think this will be fine. So now we need to go ahead and I don't know why we have this. Maybe we say feed state dot post, what was it? Length equals 0, so we'll say feed state dot post dot length equal to 0. We need to make this ref, so let's scroll up and make a ref. Let's grab use ref. Okay, and we'll say const ref equal to use ref, and this will be an HTML. This is a div element, and it'll start out as null because that's just how refs work. Is that not what we want? Is it HTML div element? There we go. So now we have our ref, and this should be hidden div. Hidden div, like so. Okay. So now we have our hidden div. On use effect, we go ahead and set up an intersection that does some work, I guess. And the question is, okay, I think that's probably fine. So this just calls load next GIFs. Did we do anything else? Load next GIFs. So this actually checks to make sure that it's intersecting and do some other things. So we need to go ahead and I guess we can modify the thing. So we'll say entries any. Let's go into our feed. So instead of our load next, we'll say entries any. And we're gonna probably put this inside of something else. So it's gonna get a little bit yucky. Then entries.for each. And we'll do here. So for each entry, if entry is intersecting, we need all of these as well. So this is gross, but it is what it is. If it's intersecting and all of these, we'll go ahead and paste that. We'll get rid of this if. We also want to go ahead and set this at the end of it. Now I'm a little bit concerned about this page number, but being called like more than once or something, but maybe it'll be okay. And maybe what we do is this. Except that should be fine. What's the issue? Expected a comma. That starts there, that starts there. Do I have one too many? I do. We need to bring this down here. We'll say console.log set. Oops. Set the current count to current page number +1. I just want to make sure it kind of does what I expect here. And then we'll come in here and we need to go ahead and grab this. So if hidden div and all that. Now, unfortunately, this is probably going to get called a couple of times, so it's fine. And this will be fetch next post. Save that. Threshold's 1, so it needs to be completely unhidden, I think. So if we refresh, that called 4 times. Set it to 1. Okay. Although it's because we got rid of. So we still need this. We needed to comment out this part. So let's do this. We didn't actually check to see. We just looped through the entries. So now if we refresh. Okay, so it didn't count up or anything. So if we scroll down to the bottom, we should hit the hidden div. Eventually it should print out. It didn't print anything. It should be intersecting. And we're doing this, so we are observing the target. But it should definitely be printing here. So let's see if it has to do with this. That time it showed up. So let's refresh again. Go to the top of the page. I mean, the div doesn't have anything in it, so I'm not that concerned about it being showing or not hidden, quote unquote. Okay, it's still not working. We might need to tweak the threshold or something. So I know this has something to do with it as well. So we can try to tweak the threshold. We can also make sure that's there as well. So we scroll to the bottom of this. So get our elements. So there should be a div at the bottom of this. Div ID auto load. It's there. Did we miss a step? Is the question. We have the target, so it should be watching it. Entries is intersecting. And it just dispatches. What if we move this up? So if we move it to like here. Okay. Refresh it. Nothing's happening. So is this not? Does it have to do with this? Let's see with this. Refresh. So it has to do with feed posts, feed state.post.length greater than 1. So what's showing on our feed page? Feed state.post.map. This should be true. We say not equal to 0. Because here's the thing that I'm concerned about, right? One, feed state.post is definitely got more than one thing in it. Oops, feed state.post.length. It's got 100 in it. That's what I thought. So like, why is this? It's specifically this part. So if you get rid of this, I just have entry is intersecting and user state logged in and user token, and refresh. You get it. I'm guessing even if we move it down to the bottom here, you know what? I bet that's what this hidden was for. Hidden is equal to feed state dot post dot length equal to 0. I almost bet you that's what this was for. But I had the same issue before. Except it is not updating. Still not working though. I don't understand. Equal to 0. This should be false, so it shouldn't be hidden. I bet if we go into our elements. Wait a second, it was on the bottom. It worked that time. I forgot that I had it on the bottom. Let's get rid of this. If we scroll down, set to 1, set to 2. Okay, so let's do this. We need to update the post slice, or not the post slice, the feed slice, to actually append those instead of doing it the way that it was. So feed slice and load feed page. So right now it's just returning all of the posts, and in here we are just saying posts are equal to this. So I'm actually going to say this. We're going to say ... state ... post, and then we're going to add the action payload there. So then we should add the post at the end. This should still work fine, or it won't work fine. Cannot read property post ID. Do I have to break this apart too? Shouldn't have to break both apart. Weird. Okay, but it is what it is. So now we come back into our feed, and this will be the moment of truth. If we get rid of this and get rid of this, then save. And if we refresh, so let's refresh because I think it started at the bottom. Okay, so right now we have 100. We scroll to the bottom. When this gets into view, why did it reload the whole page? Is it because... No, not watching this. How's it going, Andrew? Thanks for stopping by. Why did that reload the whole page? Our user state or our use effect only watches this. Does it? Whoops. Does it set everything to 0 for a second? Pending just sets loading true, error false. So no. That was really glitchy. And I don't know why. This might just be the straight up wrong way to do this. So yeah, why does it do it like that? I mean, it works, but it's reloading the page. It's setting the post to nothing. JS append array elements to array. Pretty sure I'm doing it right. Pretty sure you can use the ... But I could be going crazy, I guess. Let's use concat. So maybe we say let post equal to, and we'll say, this might not work though. I think it has a date on it. We'll see what happens. JSON.stringify, JSON.parse, state. I did this wrong. This would be JSON.stringify here. State.posts. And then we'll say post dot. I'm going to call this updated post just so I have a distinguisher there. Updated posts. How do we want to do this? We can call this one post actually. We'll keep this one as post. We'll say let updated post equal to post dot, and then concat. That doesn't work. It's because it doesn't know that it's a post array. Post.concat. We're gonna concat the action.payload. I've never had to do it this way. It always just seems to work. whenever I do the spread operator. Wait, post is not assignable to post array? What do you mean? Oh, it's a feed post. Okay. Okay, that's fine. Let's just see if this makes it a little bit less glitchy. Give it a nice refresh. No. Thanks for stopping by. Is one of our overview pages or something, layout page, has just state.token, so that's not doing that. What about feed page? Or it might be home or landing. No, what about home? Nope, home does not have a use effect. App.tsx does not have a use effect. Okay, so I need to, I'm not sure why. I'm trying to think of what might cause it to reload like that. I don't think any of these watch the feed posts. I'm not sure what's going on with this. Let me scroll down again. The entire feed component goes away. So I think oh, it's loading. Okay. It's loading. So let's say feed.post.length is greater than 0. I bet it's because it was loading. It was getting rid of all of these posts on this in the middle, which means I could probably undo what we did inside of the post slice. Yes. Okay. So if it's loading, we probably want a spinner. We'll have to look at where to get a spinner at. I'm not sure. Let's go to the feed slice. I want to try to undo this. Guess I can just do this, right? Save that. Okay, let's test this one last time. Okay, we're scrolling. I think I can make this wider now, which I don't know how difficult that would be, but I think I can make it wider. Now I probably want some sort of spinning bar so that they know that's spinning. So like, we could basically like have the bottom component just be a spinning bar all the time that you just see at the very bottom. But yeah, so now we're getting into some older ones. I just realized that's just said Jan 10th. I don't know, had a date on it. Maybe it did. Maybe I'm going crazy. Yeah, I think they're all fine. Cool, so that's working. So I think that is where we're going to leave off. In the wise words of Rick Sanchez, pray Saint Lectus. But yeah, I appreciate everyone that stopped by. Definitely appreciate anyone that watched all the way to the end of this video, and everyone that commented and subscribed as well during the live stream or video. So anyway guys, this has been Ethan Encoder. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next episode or live stream. Have a great one, everyone.